Hi there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm looking at the Monogram Classics reissue of the Ford triMotor in 1/72nd scale. This kit was first released in 1956 but was reissued in 1998 with new decals. Now if you enjoy the show, please don't keep it to yourself. Tell YouTube by giving it the old imperial thumbs up on the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to hear about all my future content. All of these are free and really help the YouTube algorithm. So let's make a start by looking at the box this kit came in. So here's the Monogram reissue of its original Ford triMotor. The original kit comes from, I think, about 1956 from memory. This kit was rebooted in 1999 as, much like Airfix does vintage classics, this is a Monogram Classics kit. On the front you can see the Ford triMotor as flown over the South Pole in 1929, and you see some of these figures here dressed in cold weather clothing, and the sled and the dogs. You get all of those parts, which is really cool. It says snow ski landing gear, interchangeable wheels, dog team and sled and crew in Parkers. You do indeed get those. So it's kind of a nice little piece of artwork, actually, showing you what the thing will look like. On the other sides of the boxes you have other things that they used to build in the day. I don't know how many of these are actually in the Monogram Classics range. Don't know, some or all of them will be. Yeah, so there we go, that's the box. It all looks very nice. Let's have a look and see what we get inside. Box opens at the top. Oh, and indeed, here we go. Monogram Classics, take a stroll down memory lane. And these are all of the kits that they're doing. Avenger, Helldiver, Bf109, things like the Super Connie in 1/138th scale. This is 1/72nd scale, by the way. The Kitty Hawk in 1/48th scale. And then some other World War II aircraft there as well, which is all very nice. Inside here we have some decals. These are the new sort of 1999 decals, obviously from Revell Monogram. These are screen printed, so the colours are really lovely, but we'll have a look in more detail. There's some instructions, and then there's all the plastic bits here. So let's have a look and see what we have in a bit more detail. First of all, not on actually attached to frames but included anyway, are the two sides of the fuselage and the underside of the fuselage. One thing that's a little concerning is the moulding there, but we'll have a bit of a closer look at that in a while. These are vintage kits after all. But those are three parts that come independently of any frames. Also relatively independently, mainly because they were moulded like this and then separated to go in the box, are the upper wing and the two lower wing halves. Then there's essentially one frame to cover the rest of the parts needed for this aircraft. So we have the horizontal stabilizer here. These are engine bay, engine nacelles, the wheels, the engines themselves, the skis, the rudder with the fixed tail wheel in it, propellers, the exhaust at the front, little skid for the tail wheel, and the main undercarriage leg is a single piece with a couple of braces here. And then we have the two crew figures in their Parkers, three dogs and the sled with the supplies on it there. Then lastly we have the clear frame. It's just the windscreen for the cockpit and then the passenger windows included in this. And here's the fuselage moulding. As you can see, actually not too bad. This here is an external link. I'm guessing that's a link to the ailerons. No, to the elevators. Sorry, to the elevators. And maybe they should have a couple of wires going up there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. The corrugation looks very good. The riveting around the windows looks very fine. That all looks very good, actually. The one thing I don't like here is that the injector's right on the tail, so that's going to ruin any chance of getting anything there. But then of course the rudder does cover that, so you should be all right. Shouldn't be too noticeable when we cut that off. And indeed here there's a little thing that says copyright Monogram models 1956. There we go. The wings, again, there's a very big injector here, but they're on a joint, so they're not actually going to be visible later. You can see the corrugation literally really does go right to the edges. How that's going to work when you hold up the two halves of the wing together, I'm not sure. If there's any, especially on the front, if there's any sanding needed to get rid of joints, that's going to be quite tricky, and it's going to take a long time to recreate those corrugations. And then, you know, you're going to need to make sure they're absolutely wired in together, front and back. There's a little leading edge slat there that's got riveting around it, which is fine. All the rivets are okay, not too massively prominent. They are dome head rivets, and not any pretense at aerodynamic efficiency really here. But very nice. What I do like is that they've got these sort of the structural mouldings here look quite good as well. So I have thought about the fact that they're moulding a very wide piece of plastic and that it's going to need some support. There's a hint, however, of sinking where they actually go. It's like heat, maybe heat related sinking. But it's only a hint. I mean, can't actually see it, I don't think, on the... No, it looks clean enough on the length of the cord. But anyway, we'll see what that looks like later. And then some of the smaller parts of the engines look, relatively basic, but okay. The skis are there. Here's some of the three dogs here. It's quite fun. The engine nacelles. Here are the this is the sled carrying all the equipment. Here are our scientists or explorers or whoever they are. They look slightly overscaled to me, slightly big to me, but they're okay. They're in Parkers, they can look big and bulky and whatever, that's not too bad. The moulding is generally quite good. There's very little, seam lines to worry about on a lot of these parts. Only bits here and there, but generally speaking, not bad at all. But then it is a 1999 mould, but the mould was created in 1956, so it's actually held up very well. There's a bit of mould lining there on the legs of the crew, but very little, very little. So here's the decal sheet. You get 3 sets of decals for this, which is pretty cool. You get the one on the box art, the Bird Antarctic Expedition. You get one for Maddox Airlines, flying from LA to San Fran. And you get one for an aircraft from TWA at the time. You also get some little markings for the propellers, manufacturers' markings for the propellers, and some registration numbers and stuff like that. Not masses, but then I don't imagine the full triMotor actually had all that much printed on it. And these, as I say, are screen printed, so they should be really good, but we'll have a look in a moment. If we have a look at the decals, here we have our 0.5mm pencil lead. You can see these are all quite nicely moulded, printed. I'm having a good day today. These TWA markings look fine. They've got just like that pinstriping around them in black. The decals for the propellers look pretty mediocre, to be honest. They're pretty like, oh yeah, better put those on. Yeah, who cares? You aren't going to read them anyway. They don't look as nice as modern ones, but just about last century these were made in, so we'll cut them a bit of slack. The carrier film here is showing a bit of colouring, a bit of yellowing. I'm tempted just to give that maybe a day in some ultraviolet light just to double check it really clears it out. But otherwise, I think they should be all very good. Okay, here's the instructions, Monogram Classics instructions. So the history of the aircraft is here, just in English, of course. Then read before you begin, here in English and in French. And I'm guessing in French because maybe they were exported to Canada, and of course Canada is officially French and English bilingual. Paint here is they're just names, and in English and in French. No suggested numbers. And then we open it up for the instructions. Basically, you know, we put the two halves in, we put the clear parts in, then put the two halves together, glue that to size together, stabilizer goes on, stabilizer strut, stabilizer, the horizontal stabilizer, of course, landing gear strut goes on, then the fuselage base goes on, rudder, then we start making the wings, top and bottom, put the wings on, put the canopy on the windscreen. The engines, it goes in halves under the wings, of course there's one on the nose anyway. All three have the propeller put on separately, and then we put on the collector ring for the exhaust and the exhaust itself, and then it all goes together. Wheel goes on, job's a good one. That's pretty much it. There's not too much to this by the looks of things. Then for this particular version, instead of wheels, we put the ski on as well, and then of course we have the sled driver, 3 dogs and another expedition member, and here it even shows you usefully how to assemble where the dogs would stand. And then we have the 3 schemes. The top one for the Antarctic expedition. I'll try that again. The top one for the Antarctic expedition. That's better. Then the one from Maddox Airlines on the LA San Fran route, and then TWA Transcontinental and Western Airlines, as it was known in 1930. Later, of course, became Transworld Airlines. So those are the 3 schemes you get. All the decals go on, they're relatively straightforward. And that's pretty much all you get for the instructions, but then there isn't really too much to the kit, I don't think. There we go. I think it's really quite well moulded for a reissue of a 1950s tooling. The parts are sharply defined and there's little flash anywhere, so it should go together fairly well. I'm not especially looking forward to dealing with the seams that go across the corrugating, but I'm sure I'll find a workaround okay. In any case, I'll be building it soon and I will be making the ski equipped version. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please don't forget to hit the old like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. Thank you so very much for watching today, and goodbye.